So, without further ado, let's get to it right now with some review, reaction news, pow. And the trilogy, Wilder Fury 3, went down this past weekend, and Tyson Fury won by a TKO. They didn't even give Deontay a count because he was kind of getting worked at the end. He had a rally there in round 7, 8, and 9. Had couple early knockdowns on Fury, but then got knocked down himself. And ultimately, it just kind of happened like that. But Dr. Bridge, I actually watched a replay with Arabic announcers, so I couldn't understand a goddamn thing they were saying. And I appreciate it because you already know how some of the top-ranked guys get a little bit too Fury-centric or a little bit too biased. But as we're talking about our padded production meeting, what did you see in this third matchup in terms of what Fury did and what Wilder may or may not have done?
I saw Fury stick to the game plan. I saw Fury be patient. I saw Deontay Wilder have some success early with their plan, trying to throw the jab. But when it all said and done, he just his conditioning was concerning to me. Later rounds, he was gassed, and that was getting him killed. He reverted back to the old telegraph the right hand, you know what I'm saying? Go for the big shot, try to take him out in one punch. And, big fella can move, Tyson Fury can move. And also, he just has better punch selection and angle of departure of his punches. He don't have to take a big wind up to get his punches up, right? He literally can get in there and get his punches off. Goes from shoulder, from bent arm to straight arm very fast, right? And then once it got to the later rounds, one thing you can say about Fury and his oblong body, his conditioning is very good. So, yeah, shame on you, Wilder. Shame on your camp. You know what I'm saying? To be honest with you, you just didn't execute. Came in with a plan, obviously. Just didn't execute, didn't stick to the script. Wasn't coaching properly enough for Fury, for Wilder to stick in there and stick with the game plan and reserve his energy as opposed to trying to take him out with one big kill shot. And, you throw big punches, you know what I'm saying? That's a lot. You gas yourself real quick. So, yeah, Fury, shout out to him in his camp. And, you know what I'm saying? Of course, since he switched trainers, he's gotten miles better. I forget the guy's name that joined him for the second fight. But he's gotten miles better than he was in that first fight. So, shout out to Fury's camp. And Wilder, y'all might want to sit back and take notes or something because it's just a shame. It really is.
Yeah, and for who you're referring to is Sugar Hill from the world famous Kronk Gym, Detroit. So he started. That's Emmanuel Stewart's nephew, and that's like you said, kind of help him step up his game. And just watching some of those highlights and watching the fight with Wilder, a couple things stood out to me. Number one, his head movement was terrible. He was horrible. He would throw some shit, and he would be standing right there to catch something from Fury. And this whole time during this trilogy, he never really had a lot of respect for Fury's power. But you got to remember, Fury is that dude. He's like the dude from like Goonies. Like, hey, you guys, like he's just a big, goofy, powerful dude. So it's like with that much weight behind the punch, if he's gonna land a flush, eventually that shit's gonna wear you down. You saw it. And we were talking about the fight in our patent production meeting, but I kind of thinking about it more and kind of seeing Wilder at this point in his career, I feel like Wilder never really truly learned how to box ever. Nope. You know what I mean? Like, I feel like he's just been so physically superior to everybody that he's fought up until Fury. Even Luis Ortiz gave him a run for money when they had that fight. But I feel like nobody in his camp really checked his skills in terms of, you got the right hand, but what else do you have? And you kind of saw, like I saw someone tweet something. They were kind of saying, definitely. Will, I've gotten much better since those days. Jesus Christ, football camp. We were slugging it out. And with Wilder, you could kind of tell. Like, I saw somebody tweet it. He said like, Wilder's like a dude who like can fight on the street, but then got put in a boxing ring. You know what I mean? Like the way he kind of holds his gloves and the way he moves, like he's very athletic and he has good instincts when he's going in for the kill. But I feel like when he's going up against Fury, like we say in our production meeting, I don't feel like they made the necessary adjustments to beat him. And Fury did basically the exact same shit that he did in the second fight. He
did the exact same thing. He had the exact same plan. If it ain't broke, don't fix it, right?
Right.
Deontay, like you said, moving his head, he struggles with movement, right? So if you're gonna stand right in front of him and fight him, yeah, you're gonna, odds are you're gonna lose, right? But if you move an inch, you know what I'm saying? Now he can't adjust his body and his shoulders, like you said. He holds his hands down below his chest, a lot of times, you know what I'm saying? And of course, that makes him susceptible to the big punch, to the jab. Right, boxing is about points. Let's not forget that, right? So, and like you said about Wilder, Fury just being a big goofball and just being big and powerful and dumb strong. He keep throwing that straight jab, and like you said, them old mean hooks, and
eventually that shit's gonna keep racking, like the power meter on Mortal Kombat, like
right.
Like
exactly,
eventually that shit's gonna keep going down.
Yeah, that shit gonna get to the red, and then you're gonna be all fucked up, and that's what happened to Wilder.
Right.
About 7th round, he was in the red. He just never got to that point where it was finishing until it was just too late, 11th round, right? So everybody said the same thing. Oh, Wilder's got heart. I don't give a fuck about no heart. Fuck about no heart. You could have came in there with a better game plan, executed a better game plan, and you've been better off in the late rounds. Like, but fuck heart. That's a recipe. Yeah. That's a recipe for him to look like the great Muhammad Ali.
Yeah, I saw somebody talking about that. That's a recipe for having fucking brain damage. Right?
Yes, because he
pushing this guy out there.
When he hit the ring, this motherfucker was bleeding from his ear. That's dangerous shit. That's nothing to play with, right? That's nothing to play with. So. Yeah. Yep. Wow. Yeah. Your camp. You know what I'm saying? You need to change your camp. Straight up. You just need to change the people that you're dealing with, and you know what I'm saying. Like maybe bring a boxing coach in, like they did with Sugar Hill. You know what I'm saying? And Emmanuel, what's his last name?
Oh man, Emmanuel Stewart. He's Sugar Hill's his nephew.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. Yeah, the great Emmanuel Stewart.
Like you said about Fury, he elevated Fury's game, and So I agree. I mean, I feel like it's just it really just came down to game plan and conditioning, honestly, because he came in about like 10 or 15 pounds heavier than the last fight,
right?
And it was basically the same result. He had some moments, and then he got to the point where he was getting legitimately whooped, and he can't keep doing that. He can whoop a lot of other people, but you can't keep shoving him in the ring and be like having him do the same shit. It's like, where's the stick and move? Where's the head movement? Like there wasn't, none of that was there. He's trying to slug it out with him, and he realized, Fury got up like the goddamn Undertaker last fight. Like, are you really serious? Like, not saying you can't knock him out. He can absolutely knock him out, but come on, you guys know better. You saw that. You have all the film. You saw what was going to happen. The dude did the same thing, the herky jerky bullshit, leaning on him with all that goddamn weight, and that's what won the fight. He did he didn't even change his game plan.
No.
The only thing that was different about Fury is that he came out to fucking AC/DC and some like Roman gladiator shit. That was it. Right. Everything else he did the exact same. So he'll probably fight the winner of Joshua Usyk, and I hope he fights Joshua because I'm waiting for that fight. And then Wilder, you definitely got to take a step back, but he can still be a contender, but he's got to make some changes. He can beat everybody else.
Right. Yeah, he running out of time too, you know what I'm saying? What is Wilder, like 33 years old?
35, yeah. So
something like that. So he's running out of time too, bro. Like, you know what I'm saying? Father Time is not with him. So the step back part, step the fuck back. You might just need to chill.